Hi everybody, it's Deborah from PeopleLovingAnimals.com. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching the video today. Today's video is called How to Take Care of a Cat. This video is going to be help specifically for new cat owners. But if you're having any particular issues caring for your cat, you're probably going to get the answer in today's video. This video is going to go a little bit long because we are going to cover a lot of things today in the video today. I actually made a list. In the video, we're going to be talking about cat health, feeding, grooming, litter box training, exercise, scratching, fleas, safety, whether or not your cat should be an indoor or outdoor cat, cat supplies, and training. And I'm also going to have an enormous amount of additional resources for you today. So if you'll stick with me, go ahead and grab a cup of coffee, go potty, whatever you need to do. We're probably going to be about a half hour here, but I think it'll definitely be worth your time, and you're going to end up knowing exactly how to take care of a cat and probably going to learn a lot of things that you didn't know before. So thanks so much for watching. In case you haven't been here before, my name is Deborah. I own a website called PeopleLovingAnimals.com. We're going to use this article called How to Take Care of a Cat to guide us through today's video. I am going to give you a link to this article in the description box, and I'm also going to give you the links for everything that we're going to talk about in today's video in the description box. Okay? Sorry, I'm stuttering just a little bit today. I've also got a new camera and microphone, but I gotta say it doesn't seem to be any nicer than my last one, so I don't know. I'm trying to improve mostly the audio. So let's go ahead and get started. Owning a cat is one of the most rewarding experiences that you will ever have. Cats provide so much love, affection, companionship, emotional support, and entertainment. And I am glad that you're taking the time to learn how to properly care for your cat. I give you a lot of credit for that. And like I say, I'm going to be going over so much stuff today, and I'm going to give you so many additional resources, but it's worth it because your cat is worth it. They're worth the effort, okay? Now, how to take care of a cat. Let's talk about some of the most important aspects of cat care. These cat care tips will help you and your cat to have a happy and healthy life together. These are not only things to, take care of your cat as far as keeping them safe and alive and healthy, but these are things you need to do so that your cat will be happy and so that you will be happy with your cat, okay? First of all, obviously the most important is health. As soon as you get a cat or a kitten, get them established as a patient at a local vet's office. If you don't already have a vet, you might want to ask your friends and family who they take their pets to, get a recommendation, but don't wait until there's some sort of an emergency to start looking for a vet. You want to get your cat into a vet, get them established as a patient before you have any sort of emergency. You don't want to be shopping for a vet in a rush, okay? So go ahead and get them to the vet. Both kittens and adult cats do have to have certain vaccinations. They should be checked. Also, your cat should be spayed or neutered no later than by the time they're 6 months old. I am going to give you a link to my video, Free Spay and Neuter Clinics, that's going to help you if you need help paying for that. You might also consider getting an inexpensive pet insurance policy for your cat. The younger the cat is, the cheaper that's going to be. I do have a full video called Health Insurance for Pets, Everything That You Need to Know. I'm going to give you the link so that you can get information about that and decide whether you would like to get pet insurance for your cat. I also have a video called Is Pet Health Insurance Worth It for Cats? Yes. I'll give you a little spoiler alert. Yes, I believe that it is. So you can look for that video as well. Also, just get a folder, just get a cheap folder from your local dollar store and use it to keep track of your cat's records. You're going to need, you may eventually need proof that they've had their shots, proof that they've been spayed or neutered. If you move, an apartment or a condo might require that. Also, if you're going to travel with your cat, you may need to have proof of that they're spayed or neutered and that they have had their shots. Now, if you would like more information about what veterinary care your cat needs, I'm going to give you my video called Indoor Cat Health. What veterinary care do they need? And that's going to go over that in more detail, okay? The second aspect of caring for your cat is feeding. Now, I do suggest that you ask your veterinarian. They're the best ones to give you advice on, what to feed your cat, how often to feed your cat, and how much to feed your cat. You can also look on the bag if it's dry kitten food, or the can if it's canned food. They will tell you how much to feed your cat depending on your cat's weight. Kittens should have kitten food until they are a year old, and then you can switch to adult cat food. Make sure that you are providing fresh drinking water every day. Also, please make sure that their food and water bowls are clean. I hate to go to somebody's house and see the dog or the cat's dish of water is like floating dust. It's like disgusting. Would you want to drink out of that? Now for me, for my pets, I've always rinsed their food and water bowls every day. And then at least once a week, I make sure they're washed with soap and water, whether it's by hand or if I'm putting them in the dishwasher. That's what I do. But make sure that they have fresh, clean drinking water at all the time. Also, it is very important that your cats get wet food. Cats take in very little moisture. They don't drink a lot of water. In the wild, they get their hydration from their food. So it's very important that your cat have wet food in their diet. I'm going to give you my video, what is the best food for my cat, canned food or dry food. That's going to go into detail about this. And I had a cat that ended up suffering from kidney disease 100 years ago because I did not know that she needed moist cat food in her diet. And the vet told me that that was the reason why she eventually developed kidney disease, because she was basically dehydrated her whole life. I didn't know that then, but I know it now, and I'm passing it along to you. So your cat should have, I think ideally a mix of both. Have dry cat food down for them, but make sure that they get the canned wet cat food every day. Also, you should be aware of what foods can be toxic or poisonous for your cat. I'm going to give you a link in the description box. You can go ahead and click in there and give me your email. I will email you a printable list of all the foods that are toxic for cats and dogs, and you might be surprised at some of those foods on that list. So please make sure you get that. No going in, all right? Because you don't want to give your cat something that's going to make them sick or worse, okay? Now, as far as litter box training, I'm going to give you a link for Pretty Litter. I don't know if you've seen the advertisements. I have not tried Pretty Litter yet. So if you do try it, please come back to the video and make a comment. I would like to know what you thought. I haven't tried it yet, but I am giving you a link to that. Now, your cat's litter box should be in a quiet, accessible location. You should avoid changing the location of the litter box or the cat litter unless you absolutely have to, because cats are extremely sensitive with any sort of change. If you change the location of the litter box abruptly, or if you change the cat litter abruptly, they will possibly refuse to go in the litter box, okay? Now, I can tell you this from firsthand experience. My current kitten, Whiskers, he's about 8 months old. I stupidly changed his cat litter overnight. I know better, but I did it. And the next morning, I saw him standing in my potted tree. I had a potted tree, and he was standing in it peeing. I saw him. So he did not want to go to his litter box. I changed the cat litter. Do you know what I mean? So I changed it back, and I'm not going to change it again because, I don't want him peeing anywhere else. But if you're going to change the cat litter, you got to do it a little at a time, where you're adding a little bit of the new cat litter, so the ratio is getting more of the new litter and less of the old litter over. You take up to a week or two to do this, okay? And then they still might not go for it. So just be careful. You don't want to upset the cat, and you don't want to set up a situation where your cat is not okay with the litter box. You can imagine, the problems that will cause. Now, I'm going to give you some help on this, so just hang with me. As far as taking care of the litter box, you should be scooping your litter box at least once a day. You should be adding fresh kitty litter to it a couple of times a week. And then at least once a month, you should dump out the whole kitty litter box and wash it with soap and water. I suggest just using mild dish soap and hot water. Please do not use bleach or ammonia or lemon cleaners, because first of all, you don't need that, because if you're keeping your litter box scooped, it's not going to smell. The litter box is not going to smell. But also, cats have super strong sense of smell. And not only might they refuse to go in the litter box if you've washed it with bleach or ammonia, they literally can't tolerate it. But minimally, they're going to be very uncomfortable. So please just don't do that. It is okay to just wash the litter box with dish soap and hot water, okay? Now, I'm going to give you 2 resources that are going to go into a lot more detail on helping you with your cat using the litter box. One is a video called How to Get Your Cat to Use the Litter Box, Stop Your Cat from Peeing Everywhere. And then the other one is How to Stop a Cat from Urinating in the House, 10 Reasons Why Your Cat Won't Use the Litter Box. Now, you might not be in a position right now where you're having any trouble with the cat litter, but I do suggest that you watch those videos because they're preventative, okay? They're going to help you to prevent having any future problems with your cat using the litter box, okay? Also important is exercise. Your cat does need daily exercise to burn calories, to burn energy. They also need mental stimulation to stay healthy. You should provide cat toys for your cat. I'm going to give you links to everything in the description box. You might also consider interactive cat toys that keeps them playing. Especially when you're not at home, you should give them a couple of interactive toys. Cats who get enough exercise will have fewer behavioral issues. And walking with your cat, playing with your cat every day is a good way to keep your cat healthy and happy, and also for you. It's good for you too to exercise with your cat, play with your cat. I personally find feather toys, those ones where it's a long stick and it has a feather on it, or those laser light toys, those are Whisker's favorites, and those are the ones that I use every day. I have a play session with him, just about, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, where I play with him with one of those toys. And it's a great way for him to get exercise, and therefore a great way for me to get a good night's sleep so that my cat is not up all night driving me crazy, right? So in the evening, I do about a 15-minute play session with him with either the feather toy or the laser light toy. He likes those. I get him running around with it, and it's just a really good thing. Plus, it helps to build the bond with your cat when you spend a few minutes playing with them every day. Now, for more information about keeping your cat healthy and happy, please watch the video called How to Keep Indoor Cats Happy. That's going to give you a lot of information on all the things that you can do so that your cat is a happy, healthy cat. Okay, it's a very helpful video. I think you'll enjoy it. Now, about scratching. This is my boy Whiskers. If you've been here before, you've seen him. Look at how cute he is. This is his scratching post. I took this picture just the other day. He loves the scratching post. It was inexpensive. Got it on Amazon. Going to give you the links in the description box. And as you can see, he loves his scratching post. He spends a lot of time on the scratching post. He loves it. Thank God, right? I'm going to give you a couple of things here about scratching, because you don't want your cat to be scratching you, scratching your furniture, scratching your drapes, you know, all these sorts of things. So trimming your cat's nails regularly is going to help keep this under control. I'm going to give you my video called How to Cut a Cat's Nails at Home. And if you have a kitten, take my word for it, start now, okay? Watch that video now if you have a kitten, because you're going to be able to get ahead of the game, okay, if you start when they're young. Also, you should provide a scratching post. I'm going to give you a link to that. And also, I'm going to give you my video on how to stop a cat from scratching furniture, and that's going to help you to choose the right scratching post for your cat, and also will help you to teach the cat how to use the scratching post. Okay, so I think those are going to be very helpful for you. Now, as far as grooming, please do not give your cat a bath. I am so sick and tired of seeing all these stupid videos on YouTube with people giving their cat a bath. Most cats never need a bath by a person their entire life. Cats are such impeccable groomers. They groom themselves. They do not need a bath. And also, the bath is extremely stressful for your cat. It does major damage to your relationship with your cat because you're going to put that cat in water. Guess what? Your cat no longer likes you. All right, take my word for it. It's not worth it, okay? Now, unless your cat needs a bath for some specific reason. Now, that does not include flea baths. Flea baths don't work. And in just a second, I'm going to tell you what to do about fleas. Flea baths do not work. I am 54 years old. I have had pets since I was in the 4th grade, and I am telling you that flea sprays, flea shampoos, those bombs that you get to bomb your house, they do not work, okay? I'm going to tell you what to do in just a second. So if for some reason your cat will not groom himself, or if the cat is injured or so ill for some reason that they can't groom themselves, then talk with your vet about whether you need to give the cat a bath and get advice on how to do it, okay? But for the most part, I've owned a lot of cats. They don't need a bath. Okay, they generally don't need a bath. So please don't try to make that. Don't think you need to do that as a cat owner. You don't, okay? And you're hurting your cat by doing it. I can't say it enough. Now, as far as flea and tick protection, I'm going to give you my video called How to Get Rid of Fleas and How to Prevent Getting Them in the First Place. Spoiler alert, I'm recommending Advantage. I have never seen flea sprays or flea shampoos or any of that work. Advantage works every single time. It gets rid of fleas immediately, not only on your cat, but in your house, and it prevents the fleas from ever happening. So I'm giving you a link. Make sure that you get the right Advantage for your size cat. Like, for example, the one in the picture here is for a small cat, 5 to 9 pounds. Okay, so whichever Advantage they get in the dosage depends on how big your cat is. So please, when you go on Amazon to get that, please make sure that you're getting the right one. But vets nowadays, obviously, they will recommend one for you. And also, if you have a new kitten, they typically give a flea medication when they do their deworming and their shots and everything. Okay, so if you have a new kitten or a cat, you're taking them to the vet, make sure that the vet hasn't already given them a flea medication before you just buy Advantage and give it to them, okay? Also important is identification. If your cat is going to be allowed to be outside at all, they should wear a safety collar. It's also known as a breakaway collar. It's a collar for cats that will actually break away if they get stuck like on a shrub or a stick or a fence or something, so the collar does not strangle the cat if they get it stuck on something. I'm going to give you a link to those. You should also have an ID tag. There's a place called pettags.com. I'll give you the link very inexpensively. You can get a cute little tag to put on your cat's collar with their name and your cell phone number. Again, if the cat ever got lost, if anybody said, oh, look at that poor stray cat, I think I should adopt him. No, you don't want somebody taking your cat because they think it's a stray cat. You know, if your cat has a collar and ID, you know, obviously they know the cat has a home, and if they're lost or if they're hanging out at their house, you know, for several days or something, they can call you, right? You also might consider getting your cat a microchip. If you don't know what that is, it's a little tiny chip that's actually inserted under the skin. Apparently it's painless. I personally have not done this with an animal yet. But you can ask your vet about it. From what I understand, it's painless and inexpensive. And then anytime for the whole life of your cat, if they ever get lost and they're taken to a shelter or an SPCA or anything like that, the first thing those places do is they check to see if the pet is microchipped. And that microchip contains your contact information, okay? So consider those things. And again, you can talk with your vet about that. Speaking of cats getting outside, first of all, here's my boy again. I took this picture a couple nights ago. I'm going to use it on the thumbnail for this video, and I'm going to use it on Pinterest. That picture should be on a cat calendar. I'm so proud of him. He was sitting on my end table where I don't want him to be. I don't allow him to walk around on the end tables, but I'm sitting there on the couch just a couple of nights ago. I look over and I saw this. So I was like, okay, what are you doing on the table? But hold on, I need to get my camera. So I took 2 pictures of him, and that's one of them. And so after I took the picture, I said, get down. But oh my God, look at how beautiful he is. He's about 8 months old. It just couldn't be a prettier picture. I'm so proud of my boy. He's a beautiful boy in every way. Okay, I'll stop going on and on about my cat now. But should your cat be an indoor cat or an outdoor cat? My belief in my whole life, my cats have been indoor cats. Now, please stick with me for a minute. Let me tell you a couple of things. First of all, there is absolutely no doubt that indoor cats live much longer than outdoor cats. A typical indoor cat will live anywhere from 14 to 20 years. My last cat lived 20 years. The one before that lived 14 years, okay? House cats will generally live anywhere from 14 to 20 years. Cats who are outdoors all the time, wait for it, they average 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years. Now, a cat who is in between, where he lives at your house, but he's allowed to be outside every night, or he's allowed to be outside every day, they're going to fall somewhere in the middle. But guess what? I believe that if you have a cat who is allowed to be outdoors, especially on a daily basis or every night, I bet you that cat's not going to live 10 years, which is about, like half the cat's life. All right, you don't have to believe me, do what you want, but just some of the reasons why outdoor cats don't live as long is because they get hit by cars. Your cat is not smarter than a car. Don't think your cat's street smart. They're not. Either that or they are until they see a squirrel. Then they're running out, okay? They're running out in the road. Your cat is not smart enough to look both ways before crossing. You may have seen them do that, but that doesn't mean they're going to do it if they see another cat, if they see a squirrel, or if they're walking near the road and they get startled by something. They're going to run in the road, okay? You can't trust them. Also, they get into fights with other cats. They get injured. They get diseases from other cats. They can get into fights or be attacked by raccoons or other animals. They can also be attacked, injured, or killed by neighborhood dogs. If you have coyotes in your area, coyotes eat cats, okay? If you live in Florida, for example, my mom and her husband lived in Florida for, I think, about 8 years. And one of the first times I visited them down there, my mother's husband said, there's no stray cats here. There are no stray cats here. Because there are animals in Florida all over that eat cats. Okay, so I'm not trying to scare you, but I am trying to scare you. It's not safe for your cat to be outside. Okay, now I'm going to give you a couple of things. I want you to refer to the article that I gave you earlier called How to Keep an Indoor Cat Happy. That article addresses, okay, if your cat's not outside, how do you make them happy in their little kitty life? Guess what? You can. So read that article, watch that video so that you can get ideas on, how to make your cat happy. I'm also going to give you a link to a video from Jackson Galaxy. If you don't know who Jackson Galaxy is, as a cat owner, you need to know. He had a show called My Cat from Hell on Animal Planet where he's a cat expert and people would have terrible, terrible problems with their cat, and the show was all about him going to people's houses and helping them with their cat. He has a YouTube channel. It's fantastic. He gives wonderful, wonderful advice, and he has a video about indoor versus outdoor, all right? And I want you to watch that video, please. Please promise me that you will watch his video if you're thinking that your cat needs to be outside. Okay, now just another spoiler alert. His opinion is that no, they should not be outside. They should be kept inside. By the way, PETA, P-E-T-A, the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, they are also of the belief that your cat should be inside. I believe the Humane Society as well. All the experts agree, that your cat should be inside. And also, in Jackson Galaxy's video, he does give you information if you can't keep your cat inside, like if they run out or whatever, ways that you can help to keep them safe if they're going to be outside, and ways that you can get them to come back in. Okay, so please, I'm asking you to please watch that video. I'm sorry I stayed so long on that, but I personally would be devastated if I had a cat and he got out And I know, well, I'll tell you, that happened to me once. I had a female cat 100 years ago. She ended up having 3 litters of kittens because she would literally run out of the house. I could not keep her in. She ended up having 3 litters of kittens because I swear to you, every time I was on the phone with the vet making an appointment for her to be spayed, I swear she heard me on the phone because she would take off either that day or the next day, and she wouldn't come back for, a couple of days. I could never get her into the vet to be spayed, and I had such a hard time just, keeping her in the house. But I did not know then what I know now. If I would have known how to keep that cat happy indoors, she probably would have stayed indoors. She would have been content to stay indoors if I would have known what I was doing, right? Now, that cat did eventually get out and never came back. She never came back. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if she was adopted by somebody else, if she was hit by a car, if she died. I don't know. But I was devastated, so I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to go on and on about this, but it's just really important. So let's move on. When you're not home, I'm going to give you a couple of videos. One is called Leaving Your Cat Home Alone, Tips for Safety and Comfort for Your Cat or Kitten. And then I'm going to give you another video called How to Find a Good Cat Sitter. In both of those videos, I talk about how to make sure your cat is happy with things like interactive toys. They need a scratching post. They need a window perch. They need to be able to look outside at birds. Like all those sorts of things, they're mostly in the Leaving Your Cat Home Alone video. But if you need to, but also you need to keep them safe, right? They need to be not only happy when you're not home, but they need to be safe. So please watch that video and get that information. And then how to find a good cat sitter. That's if you need to leave your cat for a longer period of time. Like if you need to go away for the weekend or, you're going on vacation or whatever. It'll give you some help with that. Okay. Now, as far as supplies, I'm giving you a list here in the article. Every one of them is linked to Amazon for the basic things that you need for a cat. I'm going to link all of them in the description box, okay? So I'll hold for a minute. You can just take a look at that list. That's basically the supplies that you're going to need for your cat. You can go to this article. You can print this if you want, but I'm also going to give you a link. It's called a printable list for what I need for my new kitten, but obviously that's what you would need for a cat. So I'm going to give you that list. It's a printable document that I have that's a printable list of all these things, okay? So that's kind of just your list of what you need. Now, hang with me a little bit because I've got some more information for you. First, I hope this helped. If you are a new cat owner, please, again, take the time to read the articles that are linked in here. Watch the videos that I'm giving you if you want to stay on YouTube. Please get the information. You're going to be a better cat owner. Your cat's going to be happier. Your cat's going to be healthier. Your cat's going to live longer. And you are going to be happier as a cat owner if you get the education that I'm giving you in all of these articles and videos, okay? It's going to be worth your while to do this because you're not going to have problems with your cat that other people have, okay? You're not going to have a cat that bites, an aggressive cat. You're not going to have a cat that's afraid. You're not going to have the cat who's peeing in the house. You're not going to have the cat who destroys your couch when you're at work, okay? All the information that I'm giving you is going to help you prevent all of that stuff, okay? And obviously, just help your cat to be happy. Now, if you would like to get help with cat training, and again, this depends on where you are with your cat. If you just got a brand new kitten, especially if you've never owned cats before, I do think you should get the cat training. If you've been a cat owner for a long time, I have, and I'm still learning things about cat training and cat care. Do you know what I mean? We can never, get enough information. Or if you are having a particular issue with your cat, I recommend the Complete Cat Training Guide. It's made by, it was created by the folks at kingdomofpets.com. It is an ebook that you can download. It costs $37. It comes with a 100% money back guarantee. It goes over 25 of the most common cat behavioral issues, and it's just a fantastic cat care guide for new cat owners. So I'm going to give you the link to it in the description box. I'll also give you the link to my review of that. I do recommend it. I think it's very thorough, and one of the things I like most about it is that it's a downloadable ebook, and so once you've got it for life. Okay, so if you may not be having any troubles with your cat now, but later in life you may have issues. Like for example, if you have a baby, if you bring, another, you get married, or you have a boyfriend or girlfriend move in, if you get another pet, you might end up having some behavioral issues with the cat, so you might need some help with that. So I'm just going to give that to you as my recommendation for help with cat training. Now, if you don't know, if you've not been here already, you don't know, I do peoplelovinganimals.com as my job. And I donate 10% of all of the commissions that I earn on my website and also on this YouTube channel to animal charities. And if you go to the homepage of my website, peoplelovinganimals.com, you will see a list of the animal charities that I donate to. So again, thank you so much for staying with me so long. I really appreciate you spending the time with me. I hope so much that I have helped you. I hope so much that you will take advantage of all these resources and get yourself a really good education about how to be a good cat owner. And you know what? Just by the fact that you're here on this video, especially if you've lasted this long on this video, tells me that your cat is very blessed to have you. The fact that you are actually on YouTube trying to educate yourself on the best way to take care of this animal, your cat is blessed. Okay, so God bless you. They need us, right? They really need us. My cat, Whiskers, was a rescue cat. He was a feral cat, and he and his two siblings were rescued when they were kittens, and I ended up taking him in as a feral cat. And, they need us, right? But guess what? I needed him as much as he needed me. Do you know what I mean? I say, oh yeah, I saved the cat's life, all the kinds of, yeah, that's all great, but guess what? He gives me so much happiness every day, so much joy in my life, so much entertainment, so many laughs, so much stress relief, so much love and affection. He gives to me so much more than I could ever give to him, okay? And the same, I'm sure, is true for your cat. So again, God bless you for taking in a cat, and God bless that little cat for having such a good mommy or daddy as you. Okay, so thanks again so much for watching. If the video was helpful, please give it a like. Please consider subscribing. If you are a new cat owner, I do have a pet care playlist. I have a pet health playlist, and I also have a cat training playlist on this YouTube channel. Please go ahead and subscribe, because I do videos several times a month all about the care and health and training of dogs and cats. So I think that you'll find it helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Deborah, and my website is peoplelovinganimals.com. Thanks again. Bye-bye.